Kia ora guys, welcome back. It's another freaking reading. Literally had a very, very subpar day. I'm trying to push myself away from calling it a shit day. But if the shoe fucking fits, bitch, right? But I had already planned in my head that I wanted to get up here and make this video and this reading, so let's get the fuck straight into it. So that could be the message for you guys today. The message could be something to do with you guys sticking to your plan, sticking to your original goal. And the fact that like there's probably going to be a lot of fucking obstacles, or there is, was, or is going to be a lot of obstacles in front of your way that are trying to divert you off your original path, of your original goal. But it's not to say that that goal is unattainable or unreachable. It's actually more of a sign that it's the opposite. That goal is a lot closer than you originally had thought. It's just that when we get so close to something like that, when we get so close to our goals, it gets to a point where we start to meet a whole bunch of resistance, right? It's like how a lot of people say the calm before the storm, but really for this collective and just in general, like this rings true for me in my life. A lot of the time it's the storm before the calm, and if anything, it's not even the calm, it's more like the storm before the celebration type energy, right? So that could be a message that's coming up for you guys as well. Yeah. Something about like this collective too, you guys might have had a lot of like joy or happiness sucked out of your situation, out of your current scenario that you've been going through. You might have been experiencing a lot of joy and happiness, and then like a lot of that's kind of been sucked dry into a point where things are more mundane, right? But for this collective, like your imagination is one of your strengths. So it's important to stay true to what your vision was already like in the beginning and keep your imagination running so that you're able to still manifest more scenarios that allow you to be in a better state of being. Because it's always going to be something, And I'm seeing some people in this collective, you guys might be like a little bit, what is it? Woe is me type people, And you're like, why does this always happen to me? But you might be attaching too much meaning to the situation. You might be attaching too much like thoughts and feelings to your situation, when in actuality it's just a necessary component of life for us to sometimes go through hiccups, to sometimes go through hurdles and road blockages and so on and so forth. If everything was easy, you wouldn't be able to appreciate the good. That's the kind of energy that, a lot of people in this collective could benefit from, especially those ones in this collective that are very woe is me, Also, some people in this collective as well, like you guys might be very, very eco focused, eco environmental focused, or just external focused. And so some people in this collective are being kind of called to focus more on your internal, how are you reacting, how are you feeling, how are you thinking towards certain situations. And that's going to really shift your reality, because if you're focusing only on the external, you're going to be cultivating more of that. And if your external is shit at the moment, you're going to be cultivating more of that shit. So you don't want to be too much in that energy. Of course, it's normal to feel certain ways, to think certain ways. But generally speaking, I'm trying to look at the camera, but it seems really unnatural to me. And even when I watch other people look directly into the camera, as I'm watching them, I feel like it seems unnatural. So don't mind me, guys, if I don't look in the camera, because I just feel like it's unnatural. And I feel like when you're looking directly into the camera like this, like it seems unnatural a lot of the time. Like, fair enough if it was like every now and then, like what I'm doing, like you'll see me look at the camera, then you'll see me look away. You know what I mean? Like, versus when I see people like this. So you guys might also like be in this energy of really trying to force yourself to act a certain way or to be a certain way because that's deemed as proper, maybe. So you guys might need to let go of some of those identities and egos that you're building in your mind, because they act as like cages for your spirit. You know, if I was to sit here the whole time in my video like this, you know, it's going to be like a mental cage for me, because I'm keeping myself in only acting a certain way, and it's going to make me uncomfortable. It's going to make me feel weird. It's probably going to make you guys feel weird, because you'll be able to pick up on the fact that I'm uncomfortable looking directly at this little fucking black tiny dot on my screen, you know? So for you guys, some of you guys in this collective, obviously take what resonates and leave what doesn't. You guys might need to jump out of an image that you're trying to force yourself into and allow yourself to fly like a bird. Like I just see you like, I'm seeing the word freedom, and then I'm also seeing like a bird like actually getting ready for flight. And it's like a bird with like very little feathers, right? So that's interesting to me. So maybe you guys feel kind of naked or exposed as well. Freedom and flight might make you feel more naked and exposed, and so you tend to like shy away from those things sometimes, because you guys might be the type of person who loves routine, loves pattern, loves structure, loves organization, but every now and then your spirit is craving for that freedom, right? But you might feel like, no, freedom, chaos, like unstructured energy is embarrassing, or it exposes you, but that may not necessarily be the case. If anything, you probably are more exposed by being so rigid, because now other people are seeing you in a certain light and they're only ever seeing you as rigid, and you're truly exposing your insecurity, which is that of needing to control everything. So somebody in this collective as well, you guys might be some people who are like a little bit sometimes control freaks, you know. Sometimes you need to let go of control of the situation and just allow things to unfold as it is. And that's not to say to not act, you know, because some people might interpret that and then be like, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't act on this scenario. No, still act, but just don't try to control the scenario with your expectations and your images of how you want things to go. Accept that things aren't going to go that way that you want it to, while also still being like, I'm going to make things happen the best way I can type energy. So it's about having that middle ground. Because for some people in this collective, you guys don't actually know how to do that sometimes with certain scenarios that you have. Certain times you might feel like you need to be more in a middle ground, but you're unsure of how to. Something about like perfectionism as well is coming up. You know, you guys might be trying to keep everything real pristine, real crack free. You know, like I'm literally getting an image of like cracked porcelain. I don't even know what the fuck porcelain is, guys, but I know it's something that's like delicate, right? So you guys might really, really love things to just be perfect. No cracks, no crevices, you know. And so sometimes that can be your downfall when you're looking too much into that energy. All right, so I feel like this is kind of going round and round the merry-go-round, because I did mention that earlier about the perfectionism. So I think that's a good time for me to close the reading off. And I was planning on closing this reading off at 10 minutes. So yeah. Just try not to be too much of a perfectionist, guys. That's the energy I'm picking up for this collective, all right? I'll see you guys for the next video. Hope you enjoyed that shit. And if you guys want to book a reading, my email will be in the description. You can book. I'm just doing half price now. I'm going to do half price readings right now for indefinitely, right? So it'll be basically $55 for a private consultation, which is an hour consultation. And then if you want like a half an hour reading, we'll do like $25 for a half an hour consultation. And that way is going to be the way for now. If you guys want to book a reading, I will see you guys for the next video. Oh, and also $5 mini reads will still be $10. Actually, no, we'll keep those $5. $5 mini reads will be $5, guys. So if you want any of those readings, you can email me in the description, which is where I'll put my email. And I will see you guys for the next video. My star is out.